No, but ground mate is tougher, I agree.
It
but
is,
the weather today is very bad. They chose the right day to do the meeting in Delhi.
In a 5-star hotel.
In a 5-star hotel, but unlike the Bashindas of 5-star. No, 5. 7-star are very rare.
The original 5-star. I mean, now every hotel claims that it's a 5-star. But the original 5-star, I mean,
7 will
maybe
be
5-star
very rare.
deluxe.
Ritz-Carlton type.
Yeah, or Maratha Chef.
ITC Grand Maratha Sheraton.
It's also 5-star.
That's a 5-star.
That's a 7-star.
I wouldn't know the difference between a 5-star and 7-star.
Exactly. What is the difference?
I have never stayed in a 7-star.
Difference is very small. Like
No, that Bangalore hotel is also
Short stays.
7-star. I've stayed there. Where the team stay at, I keep forgetting the name.
like a resort.
What is Crown Plaza?
No, not that.
That's also an amazing
West,
hotel.
I think
West End. No.
Leela is also should be a 7-star.
So let's
I
start.
will tell you the difference between 5-star and 7-star is the difference between an injury and a niggle. Niggle and injury, they're two different things, which we'll dwell on later. But before that, welcome to everyone joining us. Today, Rahul and I were there where the meeting happened. So I would want to know what were your biggest takeaways from the meeting? What did you gather from that 4 hours that you spent in that hotel?
So the meeting started at 11, got over at around 12:30.
Or quarter to 12:30.
Got over at 12:30. Biggest takeaways, I think they still do not have clarity, and also one thing, one player on which they were far too dependent was KL Rahul. He's still not fit, and they are also not sure whether he will be available for the World Cup or not. That is the reason why they
are sure that he will be available.
That he will be available for the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think that is precisely the reason that they have Sanju Samson as the 18th player.
I think he will be available for the World Cup. In whichever form.
As in?
I mean, he will be part of the World Cup, yeah. When you say whether or not he'll be part of the World Cup, available for the World Cup, he is available for the Asia Cup. He will be available for the World Cup.
I have my doubts. I think they are still not sure. And you know what we were expecting was a 15-member squad would have been better. At least they would have had some clarity. Now you have a Prasidh Krishna also there, and you have Tilak Verma, who obviously will move out when this squad or this squad is prone to 15 members.
Unless there are no injuries. I think the reason they picked 17, or niggles, is because if in case there is an injury which is possibility to a fast bowler, or an injury to a middle order batsman, or even a middle order batsman not being fully fit, then a Tilak Verma and a Prasidh Krishna slot in. And you not only picked 17, you picked 18. And listening to Rohit Sharma, he mentioned about fast bowlers, and I was wondering, he's saying that he's like, fast bowlers workload, they get injuries, it's not easy for them to play. So kind of gave me an indication that because he said, remember when the Chahal question was asked, he said that how could we fit him in? We had to take those many spinners, as in the third spinner being Akshar Patel, and the argument was that Akshar is a batter. And then he said the only other way you could have fitted in is drop a fast bowler. But he said we just could not think of dropping a fast bowler. This despite the fact that they picked 6 fast bowlers. 5 in proper fast bowlers, 6 being Hardik Pandya, which told me that the Indian team, maybe once bitten twice shy, is kind of so used to seeing fast bowlers drop out last moment that they have decided to take all 17 or 18.
And so basically they are not sure whether all their fast bowlers, at least if I keep Prasidh Krishna out, the remaining 4 fast bowlers or 3 fast bowlers, Siraj, Shami and Bumrah.
And
Shardul, if you want to include him, usually you don't get to hear too much about Shardul Thakur being injured. That, the frequency I'm talking about at least. So they are still
he was injured.
IPL he was.
He was. But it's not that he gets injured very regularly, unlike many other players. But
tells you the confidence of the captain. He thinks that they will be injured. That's why he said I cannot afford to drop another fast bowler. I will have to go with 6. And the other thing you remember, he said in the press conference, he said, please give me a day where everyone who is in the squad is available for selection. He said this also, if you remember the press conference. He said, all I ask for is that everyone who is available in the squad is available for selection, which means more.
Isn't everybody available?
Well, listening to him, it did feel like that everyone is available at the time that the team is picked. When you are on tour, maybe not all 18 that travel are fit. 1 or 2 are always nursing an injury or a niggle or whatever you might call it. He said it. There's a quote of his, you could just rewind and remember. He said, all I would want is that my entire squad be available for me to pick. That's all he asked for, which clearly is not happening at a frequent basis, which is why you've had to pick. And the other thing, my one takeaway was, repeat, and I heard it twice. AajTak actually says, thank God. He uses the word thank God. He says, thank God Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul have been past fate. And to me, that thank God didn't sound quite sarcastic. No.
Sigh of relief.
Yes, it was
Big
a sigh of relief. That means, I wouldn't see it like that, but clearly, if I'm seeing it from the point of view of the
Rahul
team,
is not fit.
No, he's available. That they've gotten a go ahead by the NCA to take him. With that niggle, they think that niggle might be just for a week or 4 or 5 days, and he might stay.
What
there.
exactly is the niggle?
That he didn't explain. He was asked twice, but did
So
not explain.
the original injury he's recovered from.
Yeah, he's.
The one that he got operated.
The thighs,
So
thigh
he's okay with that. And then you would not know what the niggle is.
But it was asked twice, but did not specify what niggle. It just
So how do you get a
was
niggle?
left.
Must have
Swimming, you get.
While doing the drills, those obstacle courses.
Must have
No,
been playing.
simple point is, he got injured. And about that injury, you can't do anything. About the recovery and the rehab, you have to give a time to that injury. He recovered. And so they claim. And then he played a couple of games or maybe 1 game.
3, he said.
Okay.
3 practice.
He said he played
So the
3 games.
niggle, he could have only picked
During
if
the
he
match simulations.
during the match or while practicing. Else, the only niggle that you can have is if there's a neck sprain that you use a pillow which is very soft. Otherwise, if it's a sporting niggle, you can only pick that up when you're playing some game. Now the point is, he recovered, he started playing, and he's got a niggle. So what does that signify?
That he is still vulnerable.
Is it incidental that the niggle could have happened to anybody? Or is it serious that it's happened to a player who was recovering from another aspect of another injury, and just when he started playing, he got this niggle?
I'm reminded of what Ravichandran Ashwin said very recently. I don't know if you remember, when he came back and he was criticized for his injury. He said what people don't understand is that supposing he had a shoulder injury, he says that when I recover from a shoulder injury,
The other things
start, because what will happen, I will
put pressure.
I will put less pressure on that. I will try and change my action to in a way
that's precisely
ease
the point.
myself in.
That's
and
the
something
worry.
else comes up.
That is the worry.
And we don't even know if that niggle is in his lower body or the upper body. See,
No.
lower body, he already had thigh
surgery.
injury. Then he had surgery also. And not to forget that
Back also, no?
He's often had hamstring issues also.
if he's available,
Hernia.
if he sports hernia, if he is
What is
available,
difference between sports hernia and normal hernia?
if he is available, he is also your first choice wicket keeper.
Yes.
He for
Yeah.
50 overs every inning, so he will have to keep wickets. So those 300 balls, 300 legal deliveries, he has to do that. So,
Up,
those
down.
squats for 300 legal deliveries.
Up and down.
So, it also tells you your compulsion and your helplessness, that a player who's not fully fit, because see, AajTak clearly said that Shreyas Iyer is 100% fit. As far as KL Rahul is concerned, he has developed a niggle which is not his original injury.
Yeah, that is
So which means
And he was also willing to write off a couple of games in the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
He said hopefully he'll recover during
Yeah.
the camp, or maybe the first game, or maybe the second game in the Asia Cup. What if your team is to be announced on the 5th, the World Cup team, And I think you've got a game on the 2nd and the 6th, or
fourth.
is it on the 4th?
Fourth.
Second and fourth.
What if?
Nepal.
What if somehow or the other he doesn't play the 2 games because of the niggle? Then do you name him in the World Cup?
I think he'll play.
You
against
will.
Nepal.
You might, because there is no option. There are no options.
Sanju is there, no, as a reserve.
See,
I don't
now
think
that's
they
the
have
mistake they made.
confidence.
Rather than Tilak Verma, they should have drafted in Sanju Samson.
Yeah.
And Tilak Verma, if he
Could have been the reserve.
he should have travelled as a
Reserve.
because there are more realistic chances of playing Sanju Samson in the 11. Let's say hypothetically, if Rahul doesn't play, then you
Pick
get
Ishan.
in,
Yeah.
right? But the moment you get Ishan in, the problem is with your batting order.
Yeah.
Where does he bat? Even though Rohit said that every batsman has got to be prepared to bat at any slot, but normally this doesn't happen in Indian cricket. It has never happened.
No, he
No,
made
but
it
he-
clear
but-
that
yeah.
Hardik Pandya will not come out to open, or an opener will not.
So his point is, see, you also need to look at the strength and the weakness around a player. If you change his slot, do you move others? There was just one game that they had to change in the World Cup, the 15th October game, and because of that one game, they had to change 6. Then another game, then another game,
And maybe yet another.
And they forgot to change the Hyderabad game. So while they changed the Pakistan game from 12th to 10th, they forgot that there was also a game at that very venue
On the 9th.
So the point is, when you change one slot, you will have to change the others. Now realistically, like I said, and I'm not saying that Ishan has to be your first choice backup wicketkeeper after KL Rahul, but what if Ishan has to open and then Rohit has to bat at number 4, or
Virat bats at 4.
No, but that's not going to
no,
happen.
somebody has to bat 3
So,
also.
but that's not. Rohit has made it clear.
Yeah.
What?
He was said you keep doing experiment. He
Okay.
said what
So
experiment?
Ishan will play at 5.
Yeah, he said
And
Rohit Sharma
you
will
guys have
open.
been saying that Ishan is not suited to the number 5.
He
But
said
you
he
know-
better get used to it.
But Nikhil,
But there was an opportunity for him to get used to that in the Caribbean.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
they didn't do.
No, but he's saying whenever he gets a
but
chance.
Nikhil, I still feel if
He has
the
to.
situation does come up where you
K-
don't have KL Rahul available, I think in that case, I think Ishan Kishan will open.
You think Rohit will? No chance. Rohit said
I
it
think-
today. He
No,
said
that's the point.
Rohit Sharma will open.
Nikhil,
Virat
the very
Kohli will
fact-
bat at
I think
3.
Ishan will open in that
the
case.
very fact that we're having this debate means that if at all Rahul doesn't play and Ishan has to keep wickets, then the batting order will be
Like a
may
powder
have
keg.
to be altered, right?
But you're looking for a left-hander in the middle.
Acha, on
Let
second,
Ishan play there.
on second,
But-
Again, number 4.
but
You need a
if Rahul
you're
is
trying Akshar Patel.
no, but if
you're
Rahul is
Tilak
fit,
Verma.
if Rahul is fit, then Ishan Kishan doesn't get to play in the 11.
Yeah, but I'm saying in case.
And Tilak Verma,
What if he's
I think
fit
is
to
there
bat?
for the numbers. Tilak Verma is there just as a backup for Shreyas Iyer.
Yes.
He'd be the
I
first
agree.
one to be eliminated.
Yes.
when
and
the World
Prasidh
Cup comes.
Krishna.
Prasidh Krishna again is a choice.
Any of the
because
3
They've
pacers.
given you 4
No,
or 5
I'm
fast
saying
bowlers to rotate
you have
in the Asia.
You named a 17-member squad. When you will name your 15-member squad for the World Cup, I think Prasidh Krishna and Tilak Verma
Provided everybody's fit.
will
Yes.
move out.
So that's
And
what I'm saying.
available.
So there was an opportunity. If Sanju Samson would have been in the 17, now logically, Sanju Samson should have been ahead of Tilak Verma.
Tilak Verma.
Now, if he were in the team, maybe the captain could have thought, chalo yaar, let's get Sanju Samson to keep wickets, and Sanju can bat at 4, 5 or 6 over wherever. For him to adapt would be easier than Ishan Kishan in the middle order.
Because Sanju has batted in that position.
No, but
they'll open with
they are
Ishan Kishan.
Going to look at so many.
So the moment they open with
Backup
Ishan Kishan, then Rahul, Rohit,
Back.
one of the best one-day openers, will have to bat at number 4.
But
Or 5.
They might ask Gill to do it.
Gill
no,
again
no,
is
no,
not suited.
no.
Correct. But neither of them are. And that's where the khichdi comes in.
Rohit has said Rohit Sharma will open. He said it
Yeah.
as a third
On
person.
2nd of September
Rohit Sharma will open. He said
with Shubman Gill.
Virat Kohli bats at 3.
3,
We said the 1, 2, 3 are not going to be changed.
Hardik
Yeah,
Pandya
he
bats
said
at
only 4, 5.
6.
6 and Ravindra Dravid at 7. He said if now 4 bats at 5 and 5 bats at 4,
That's a different.
then accept it. He said when I was a youngster, I batted from all positions.
Yeah,
Now
6
these
to
youngsters
1.
better get used to batting in different positions.
Exactly.
So you're not going to get the comfort.
And I
All
think,
3 are done. Your 6-7 are done. Now beach will decide.
And I think chairman of the selection committee made it pretty clear that whether you like it or not, it's not about batting in the middle. He said it's all in the mind. When we use this word flexibility, it's all in the mind. So you just have to prepare yourself mentally. That is what, in fact, he explained what Rohit Sharma was actually talking about in the first case. I think then Rohit later also he realized that I need to give more clarity.
So it's अब मैं
समझाता हूँ.
तो everyone started laughing.
पागलपंती नहीं चलेगा.
Everyone started laughing. He said नहीं क्योंकि समझाना बहुत जरूरी है. So then he explained.
ये पागलपंती नहीं है कि कोई कहीं पे भी आके.
Although they did show that Pagalpangti in 2021. One game, that was all it took. One
he himself
game.
came down.
At number 4, yes.
And Ishan opened.
Ishan opened.
And you saw what happened.
Virat was the captain.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what I'm saying. If you do come up with a situation like this, where you do not have KL Rahul, so then in that case, I don't know, I get this feeling that maybe you will not take that risk of pushing Ishan Kishan down in that middle order. I think Rohit Sharma would prefer that let Ishan Kishan bat. I think there is more possibility of me adjusting in the middle order than Ishan Kishan.
Compromising.
Yeah, I agree. I would any day want to
Buy a new shirt, na yaar.
Rohit Sharma. And
Why get it ruffled every time?
Acha, I'm going to ask one question. Apart from KL Rahul, we discuss. Shreyas Iyer returning. How does everyone see?
Where does he bat?
He bats at 4.
Who bats at 4 for Australia?
Who bats for number 4? Mitch Marsh, I think.
No.
Max.
So
Maxwell.
Travis Head and Warner will open. Number 3 would be your
Smith.
Steve Smith. Marsh will be 4.
Or
Who bats at
Marsh
4 for England?
Or actually, Steve Smith will bat at number 4. No.
Who
Steve
bats at 4 for England?
Stokes will bat.
Stokes.
Stokes now.
For Pakistan?
Babar.
Rizwan.
Rizwan.
Babar 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for New Zealand?
Would have been
You
Kane.
have to find.
If Kane Williamson.
Blackwell.
So you're talking
No,
about number
Bracewell's
Bracewell's also
not
injured, no?
He's injured. No, he's
That's
also
the
out.
reason why I'm not putting.
So we're talking about number 4 in a World Cup. For a team that is hoping to win the World
So
Cup.
imagine Rohit Sharma if he bats at number 4, then
Have
you
you
say
seen
Rohit
Shreyas
Sharma
Iyer?
bats at
Show
number
me
4.
Shreyas Iyer's ODI numbers, please.
Yeah. Numbers are.
You will say glass half full, half empty.
No, it's like a bikini. Are you showing? Are you hiding?
Are you watching the US
Oh,
series?
I have been watching it every day. Yaar.
ODIs.
Yeah.
42 matches.
Who is this person?
Shreyas Iyer.
Huh?
Shreyas Iyer. 40.
No, this person.
I don't know.
I'll tell you. ये चलो
42
पहले.
matches, 38 innings, and he's got an average
46.
of 47
Yeah.
almost, at a strike rate of almost 100.
Yeah.
Can you break it down?
No double 100.
Can you break it down in terms of the opponents?
I'll do that.
No, but he has scored against.
What's his problem?
अरे यार, let us check.
I
number 4 in a
अच्छा,
World Cup. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, he has scored against better teams also, but the problem is, at that time ODI was not relevant.
But then
मेरा अपना यार
हाँ.
दिल कर रहा है ना. I just want to see,
Mocking.
admire him यार. Okay.
we'll show you. Oh, Vicky is looking very smart.
This is the one.
Muscular as well.
Oh my god.
Wacko. Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it.
So versus Australia, his average is 22. Versus Bangladesh, it's 36. Versus England, it's 6.
But he's only
2
played
games.
हाँ.
one innings, one match.
जो भी है मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ.
One match.
New Zealand is 69.
Yeah.
And
South Africa?
No, and South Africa is 48, Sri Lanka is 42, and West Indies 56. Can you just go down a bit? In Australia, it is 19.
Yeah.
In Bangladesh, it is 36.
Which is very good,
Has not-
considering how your batters play in Bangladesh.
New Zealand,
36 is
it will
very
be
good.
very-
In India, it is 51. In New Zealand, it's 69.
Wow.
In South Africa, it is 20.
But most players will have that much right. My point
No.
is, where are you playing the World Cup? In India.
World Cup.
हाँ, तो
World Cup. Wherever you play the World Cup is a World Cup.
So you're playing in India, and his average is
51.
Bilateral game. And a
now
World
you're
Cup
changing the word. You said where?
Go ask Yuzvendra Chahal, yaar. He knows that for every bilateral game, he has to play. But come the World Cup,
I agree. That is unfair on UZ Chahal. But I'm just saying that goalpost has changed. He's averaging 51 in India.
The point that I'm trying to make, Nikhil, is that somehow, all of a sudden, the Kuwa is looking very empty.
I agree. The fact that you've gone to Tilak Verma bases a West Indies series,
T20.
Yeah.
T20 series.
Your mixed formats.
Yeah, so that tells you the Kuwa is empty. I am with you on that. Kuwa
I
is
really
very
feel
empty.
sorry because you would be
Sorry
dependent.
Indian cricket.
Because yeah, you're still dependent a lot on your 1, 2 and 3. I mean, again, Virat, please aaj run bana do. Rohit, aaj please acha start de do.
Yes.
What if India actually some game are 30 for 3?
Then Rohit Sharma will come at number 4, no?
After 3 wickets, he'll come at number 4.
No, he'll come when you're 2 down, no?
Then,
My point is,
When
are
the-
we prepared for a 20 for 2 or a 30
yes,
for 3
then,
kind of?
then Hardik Pandya will.
No.
No.
I don't think he's the solution.
Hardik Pandya 2.0 will come.
Usually 2.0
Or
is a better
3.0.
version
Or 3.0.
of 1.0.
But the people would fear Hardik Pandya 1.0, yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Usually 2.0 is.
This is a
considered
matured
like next-
version. Matured version.
No,
of,
the operating software has not worked in the
See,
case of
Jadeja
Hardik
will
Pandya.
play at 7 and Akshar will also play most games.
Where?
At
In Chennai? In
number
Lucknow.
8, Kuldeep at 9 and you play 2 fast bowlers.
No, you will have either Akshar or Shardul every game. Either.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
So Chennai are playing the first
so
game.
obviously because of your lack of batting amongst your bowlers, you will have Bumrah, Shami, Siraj. One of them will be sitting out every game.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Either Siraj will sit out or Shami will sit out. Bumrah most likely will play all the games.
Yeah.
Maybe at times you would give him a couple of games off
Maybe
in case.
towards the end.
In case, no, towards the end is the fight.
No, because see.
भाई साहब towards the end तो net run rate का चक्कर पड़ रहा होगा.
But see, if
इसको भी हराना है,
you
इतने
have
रन
to
से हराना
start
है.
well, but you have to start well because first game is against Australia, then Afghanistan. The third one is Pakistan. Then because in the end you are playing against 2
let's say
qualifiers.
Bumrah plays. So one from amongst
Yeah.
the two, Siraj and Shami,
Yeah.
will have to sit out.
Yes.
2 plus you'll have Shardul.
Yeah.
And you'll have Jadeja and Kuldeep.
Yeah.
On pitches which you think may help the bowlers.
Like Chennai,
And if there is no due.
Delhi,
Delhi,
Lucknow.
Lucknow तो
Lucknow we
पता
don't
ही नहीं है
know.
ना.
What-
So
what
3 at
happens
least
is-
are-
So there, Shardul sits out and Akshar
Akshar
plays.
plays.
But my point is,
So when 30 for 3, to answer your question, KL will get you quick fire 50.
if he is fit.
Hardik Pandya get you quick fire 50, then 60.
quick fire 50.
Okay, run a ball 50.
Yeah.
Quick fire 60 by Jadeja and quick fire 60 by Akshar
300.
Patel.
So you reach
300.
about 265.
300.
Repeat loop multiple times 2019 World Cup semi-final. That's the thing which is happening.
The conditions are different.
And see,
See,
Same will happen.
People talk about the 1, 2, 3, and again, any ODI game will depend a lot on that. My point is, for India to win the World Cup, if your 4, 5, and 6 get runs, then you can win the World Cup.
you have to finish well. You have to start well and then you have to finish well. By the way, if you are actually including, and you will have to play this option, the one that you said, Akshar Patel, Jadeja, and Hardik Pandya. So basically, what you are saying is, you will have to get 20 overs from Akshar, Jadeja, and Hardik. Every game, 20 overs.
Yeah, Jadeja though will bowl 10 himself only.
Very good.
And
He will
Hardik
have
will
to.
bowl.
10 overs.
No.
5, 6.
5-6 at most.
You never know he could bowl 10.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
Looking
Yeah.
more penetrative than the batting at the moment.
Hardik.
Pandya.
And,
Even though he's bowling 4 overs, but Hardik the bowler is
and
cranking it
he'll
up.
be given the difficult job to do, like Irfan Pathan
Yeah.
said. Huh?
Yeah.
Asan.
See, obviously the selectors had very little choice. UZ Chahal is sitting out. Rohit explained
Yeah.
why UZ Chahal has to sit out.
Two wrist spinner.
So every World Cup they come up with some explanation or the other. And Akshar is playing, I understand, because again at
Batting.
number 8 you need somebody maybe on a turning track. But, and with due regard to Akshar Patel, an excellent test player, what is his white ball cricket record? in bigger events at the World Cup last year or in other tournaments as a bowler
Bigger events.
and as a batsman
Overall white ball we can.
and as a batsman? His average is some 17-18.
Who's?
Akshar.
Aksar.
But Akshar's won you in bilateral, but won you games with the bat.
Why could they not go in with Ravi Chandran Ashwin now?
No,
The
but
basket would have been
But
complete.
Rohit explained that they had a very deep discussion about Ravi Chandran Ashwin.
As they should have. About a
an
wicket
off spinner. But you would remember he said that when we couldn't include Yuzi Chahal, so Ashwin and
नहीं,
Washington
मैं-
Sundar.
ठीक है यार, Akshar Patel, if he deserves to be in the team, fine. But in place of Akshar Patel, now this is also going
He's
back in
saying
time.
he adds balance.
Who?
Akshar.
Ashwin doesn't?
No, as
Maybe
a
he
batter,
doesn't.
he would be,
For the
तो
Indian
यार एक बैट्समैन
selectors
खिला लो
and
ना
captain.
एक्स्ट्रा.
no, but then you would
Huh?
need a sixth bowling option. So
तो
that's
bowling 5 से ही करा लो फिर.
पांच.
that.
See,
You would want-
this Tanka will never do. Bits and pieces. 3 ओवर वहां से 3 ओवर वहां से
हाँ,
लाइक
वही
राहुल साइड एंड 3 ओवर उसके और 9 हो गए. एक और अच्छा रोहित शर्मा विल बॉल. ऐसे थोड़ी होगा.
No, but he said Kohli and Sharma will bowl.
He himself,
Yeah.
Sharmas and Kohlis.
That's the
But they should bowl. Sharma started as a off spinner
Got a hat trick in the
IPL
IPL.
hat trick, man.
in his thing. Okay, I have one more question which I want to ask, but before that, let's quickly take one by one. Yannick Bhatia saying they need magical.
Yarmik. Yeah.
Yarmik. They need magical performance to pull off Asia
Cup and World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah, it makes a valid point.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mention the India is living on a prayer.
No, magical though is
That much.
it means that you are actually expecting a miracle.
No, miracle. तो
They need a good performance. To
Asia
win.
Cup तो good performance should help them.
World Cup lesson.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need magical performance.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
No,
Not always.
World Cup anyway for any team.
You have to be, and especially
Unless
with
you're
this
Australia.
format. Especially with this format where you have to beat so many teams. Yeah.
Prithvi Patnaik.
Patnaik. John Smuts.
Bhavan.
Bhavan. Yes.
Sir, in playing 11 with Shami, Siraj, Bumrah, Kuldeep, Jaddu and Hardik bowling, I want to know, is this the best Indian bowling attack in the history of World Cups?
Okay.
Your thoughts? Oh, good question. Please answer that question. He's asking Shami, Siraj, Bumrah, Kuldeep, Jaddu and Hardik as the sixth bowling option. Is this the best bowling attack in the history of World Cups for India?
no way.
2011 hold my beer.
No way.
No, 2011 wasn't the best ever attack.
No way.
The batting
It was a
like
very good
batting
bowling.
Your 15 bowling attack was superb, yeah. Everybody was bowling 140 plus.
And
you
you
had
taking-
Shami, you had
Mohit Sharma.
Mohit, you had Umesh,
Umesh.
and one more.
You picked up
Bhuvi.
10 wickets in
And,
every
and
match.
Ashwin, yes.
Yeah.
No, but I think more than the bowling attack, it all you need to see the balance. 2011, I would rate that attack
Even
better.
2019, yeah, your
Because-
attack was very, very
Even
good.
2003.
Huh?
Actually 2003.
But 3 on the big day of the final.
Yeah, but that was a wrong
big days,
decision.
really.
Srinath was like aging.
Yeah, big day to
Zaheer Khan
comes
was
every
very
tournament.
experienced.
You made a wrong decision
Big
by
day
choosing
comes every
to.
tournament.
Was,
Just that you made it to the
No,
final.
even if
became
you had
your
taken the other
semi-finals.
route, the other decision, if you had taken.
You were spooked by what happened in
Ah,
Centurion.
yeah.
True.
You are
running into a wall, yeah.
Hindsight
What we keep
experts.
on thinking.
तो दीवार इतनी बड़ी थी, सिर ही फटता था.
Achha, so to answer this question, no.
No.
Answer is no.
No.
Harshit
If they win
Sharma,
the World Cup, then
in hindsight, we will say.
What if you win the World Cup?
Then it'll be the
Let's say
best.
greatest. Harshit
because they would have done something, na?
See, Bumrah is definitely one of your best bowlers of all
He was in
time.
19 also.
Shami is also one of your best. Siraj,
Both
I
getting
think,
there.
I think today, if you ask me, I think Siraj is your best all format.
I'm a little
bowler.
worried about this spin bowling.
But Jadeja, this Jadeja 2.0 or 3.0 is far better than the earlier Jadejas also.
I'm a little worried about the wicket taking ability in the middle overs.
Middle overs.
Kuldeep, look at how well he's
Arey,
bowling.
Shardul, yeah.
Exactly.
Shardul, man with the golden
He's
arm.
got a point actually. It's a very good bowling attack.
Not the greatest, but it's good.
Because if you don't pick wickets in the middle overs, you know what can happen in the death overs. Carnage. Your
But if you reach 19 November, then you probably would have kind of.
best. You would have justified that this is your best bowling.
Last 2 years, ODI stats of Sanju versus KL are identical or better for Sanju. Better strike rate, similar average. Sanju is out of form, but KL injured. Come on.
It's a never-ending debate.
I think debate you will settle only once the World Cup.
नहीं देखो वैसे honestly Rahul versus Sanju there is no debate. Rahul in one-day cricket, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
He's won you games
yeah.
at number
He's
5.
been around for years. It's just that he's unfit. He was unfit. Short of match practice. We don't know.
6 years, 54 ODIs. That's KL Rahul.
Yeah.
6 years.
54 ODIs.
But in this last cycle,
They played some 30 odd games.
from 2019 to 2023, this World Cup, you
Green wala dikhana hai Ashwin.
had 65 ODIs, if I'm not wrong.
SP Roy is asking you, weren't India 25 for 2 in Bangladesh recently? Who made a partnership with Akshar? Similar case against South Africa at Lucknow and Ranchi.
Yeah,
Did it
can
well.
you take me back? Which game is it? At 25 for 2 in Bangladesh and what exactly happened?
I think he's talking
That
about
Mirpur ODI.
a year.
थोड़ा score बताओ ना.
They were, I think, 50 for 5 or something.
Okay.
And at that time, the lower order partnership Iyer and Aksar also. I
What
think.
happened then?
We lost by 1
Now,
wicket.
how much did we score?
173.
Bangladesh, we lost.
So your aim and ambition is to get to 174 in a World Cup game.
And then lose by 1 wicket.
I mean, come on, yeah. That
The
also.
last wicket partnership was for?
Some 30-40 runs.
No, I think more.
Mehdi
more-
Hassan.
Mehdi Hassan really troubled you that entire
Yeah.
series.
2 matches which
That's a bad
Bangladesh.
case study, yeah. SP Roy.
Niche.
Oh, boy.
Ah. Shobham Sai says, I feel sorry for poor Tilak Verma. I don't know whether he will get a game time or not, but the post-mortem has begun on him a few days back. Ravi Shastri suggested the same thing. You didn't say anything.
No, we did. I said very clearly it shouldn't be happening. Because
He will not get a game now.
Yeah.
Akhilesh.
We
Patil.
took this.
Okay. Niche? We've taken that. No.
This is a different one. From Patnaik. Sir, I think Rohit should. Prithvi Patnaik. Yeah. It's like Baban. I think Rohit should give a pat on the back of Sky and tell him you should bat like you did against South Africa at Perth in the T20 World Cup where you're shown and proved you're the best batsman in the world.
Different format.
Yeah.
I think Surya Kumar Yadav's problem is the switch from that format.
Correct.
Ashwin is the key for keeping runs under control. I think it's a big miss. Raj says.
They could have picked 4.
Say na answer.
no, I'm done trying to debate Ashwin.
No, but
No.
actually, to an extent, he is right also because you may there could be days when Ashwin doesn't get you wickets, but then at least you will have some sort of a cushion that he doesn't leak too many
Jadeja?
runs.
What is Jadeja doing in the middle overs? He's pretty much economical only. Didn't get you too many wickets.
Wicket takers, no?
Wicket. Shardul, Kuldeep.
You're
sorted.
Ashwin
doesn't take wickets.
Ashwin can get you wickets, and if he doesn't get you wickets, he could be very, very miser in terms of leaking runs.
Same question. Yeah, same. Akhilesh Patil, same.
Go down.
Okay.
Not that down also.
Okay, I think this one. Samir Dillon.
Not to be confused with AP.
Yeah.
Pitello.
AP Dillon. Downplay Iyer as much as you like. Any person with basic cricket sense can say that Iyer is the ideal player at 4 in India, better than Steve Smith.
That last part is definitely sarcasm. I'm an Iyer fan, but no. A bit much.
Yeah,
His fans are telling you.
Steve Smith is going to be undercooked as he comes to the World Cup because he's also missing that South Africa tour plus he's racing.
Undercooked? What is undercooked?
Not much of game time.
When was the last time he played cricket? Steve Smith.
Ashes.
When did it get
July.
over? Huh?
July.
July.
I don't know, white
And
ball.
now he's
white
gotten
ball.
injured.
No, but game time is game time. When did your KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer play
May.
last competition?
And Shreyas Iyer, March.
But you are...
But Mr. Gavaskar today said.
Once the team is selected.
No.
He said one more thing.
Cricket
Apart
fitness,
from that.
gym
He says
fitness.
for bowlers, I would be worried about rhythm after 11 months. For batters, as someone who's come back after injury, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I also saw KL bat last year at Matters. When he came back
For
from
KL
injury,
in
he was
particular,
definitely
yes.
out of rhythm. And he worries me in that
But
regard.
that
Little
may
slow
have to do
starter.
with injury. He's generally out of rhythm.
I hope...
That's true too.
Injury takes you out of the game for a longer time.
No, and with
So 3 months, 4 months, if you've not touched the bat, Obviously, you've not even practiced.
Sorry, man.
No, for KL, it's like a tsunami of injuries. I mean, this is not the first time he's getting one injury after the other,
And a niggle.
And a niggle. He got sports hernia, then got COVID, sidelined for 3 months, then took him 4 months
In
to
fact,
come
they
back.
had. In fact, remember,
Still, illness.
He had COVID also.
you know, last
That's
time
an injury.
It's
I
an
think
illness.
Last time, I really feel that the last time the World Cup was to happen, T20 World Cup, I thought there still seemed a bit of they wanted to give some. He was actually pushed to go to West Indies or Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Because they wanted him to have some sort of a game time.
Yeah.
But you asked that question today, and Ajit Agarkar said, where would he have played?
Buchi Babu.
Gucci Babu.
He said, where would he have
Actually, he should have played.
He asked the question, he was answered.
No,
Vivek,
but the question was, in the last 2 years, there are 12 players, in fact 11 to be precise, who have come out of NCA after being declared fully fit, and then they've had the same, or there has been a breakdown in terms of their body, or some injury or the other. So I'm saying, going by the history of what has happened with NCA, how confident, or can you actually trust those fitness certificates handed
No, I
over
don't.
by who? Nitin Patel? Or
yeah, he's a head.
Head of NCA.
There are many other doctors. But I think that was also mentioned in the press conference today that I think Ajit only said that how am I supposed to know, because I'm not an expert, so the people there are the best. They are the best in the business. We have to rely. Whatever they tell us.
they?
That I don't know. But
That's another thing up for debate.
yeah, that will have to do another dugout on that. Okay, Vivek Anand VJS is saying Ashwin or Washington could have been a better option than Akshar. They could have gone with
One of Tilak or
one of
Surya.
Tilak or Surya and should have included Sanju.
Washington, I agree with, because again, he's a different a bowler than say, but Akshar, I find him, he's basically Jadeja light. Whereas with Washington, off spinner.
Plus, he's a left-hander.
Yeah, exactly. So he offers you that little bit of.
No, but with Akshar, the good thing is that he can you can treat him as a spinner and also seam bowler or a swing bowler also.
Or an arm bowler.
Especially if conditions allow and when there's enough dew.
See, the Aksar factor is there for Ahmedabad.
Like Nawaz.
That to Ahmedabad and tests. Ahmedabad and tests.
Ahmedabad anywhere. He will dominate in his home ground.
No, Ahmedabad and tests is different.
Aksar.
But Ahmedabad, will he play in Ahmedabad?
I
But
doubt.
Ahmedabad test was
Exactly.
in that pitch in pink ball test.
That absolute.
Yeah.
So Ahmedabad
One and the test which lasted half that of the IPL final.
Yeah.
Singularity is saying we are so worried about our batting and bowling. He makes a very good point.
Yeah.
This is the fact that this is going to be one of our weakest fielding team in the entire tournament.
Why? Akshar Patel is a brilliant fielder.
Jaddu is a brilliant fielder. Hardik is a good fielder.
Hardik is a.
He's a good outfielder.
He was an excellent outfield. Now does he?
Now he doesn't field in the
I
outfield
haven't
also.
seen him in the outfield. For
More often in the circle.
quite
Circle, he's also a safe fielder there.
So अभी outfielder अच्छा था.
Okay, I think what happened is that back injury sustained while
Back injury, shoulder injury,
Yeah.
some injury. Because I remember what was that game? I think recently he took a catch or effected a run out, and immediately after that he was sitting on the ground and some.
Was it Australia?
No, recently on the
West Indies tour.
only. So I saw a physio come out and was giving him some massage or something. So Jadeja, Virat Kohli, and Akshar Patel. That's it.
KL.
Keeper.
Oh, he'll be keeping. I forget. Yeah.
That's it.
Virat.
Rest are okay.
We said Virat.
Shardul,
Surya
Suryas.
Assuming he plays.
is a good player. We've seen him field. At
Shubman is a decent fielder.
decent.
Okay.
But you're talking about good fielders, huh?
Not too much.
Shubman is a.
Shardul is not bad. Okay, come out of it, please. Sabjot Singh from Canada is saying this bowling attack is much better than 2011. In 2011, only Yuvraj and Raina completed the fifth bowler quota. Sachin Sehwag didn't even bowl. This time you already have 5 proper bowlers and
two additional bowlers.
Three.
You had Ashish Nehra, you had Harbhajan Singh,
Piyush Chawla.
Srishant.
Munaf
The great
Patel.
man.
and then Munaf, Sushant.
Srishant.
Piyush Chawla.
Yeah.
The great man.
Ash.
Theoretically, yes, you got an excellent fast bowling trio, but again, performance.
Nietzsche.
I think it's the balance more than you can have the best batters of the world and best players of the world, but I think it's the balance of the team that will win you matches.
Okay, last couple of
Anubhav Chaudhary has given us a lot of love in his first
first
super
time.
chat.
Anubhav. Ram Kiran Patrao is saying happy to see two Hyderabad cricketers in the squad,
Yeah.
Tilak Verma and Siraj. Yes.
Yep.
And two back-to-back games also in Hyderabad.
Yeah. Mr. Shaker from the US.
Chalo next one. He is hoping that you are coping well with the fact that Kuldeep has earned his place.
No,
But you are a fan of Kuldeep.
Yeah, he deserved. I think there was no question as to whether Kuldeep. I think he was the first. He should be the first name when it comes to spinners. I think he should play all the games. You are actually taking Akshar Patel and Jadeja. So if just in case Jadeja misses out, maybe if he has a niggle, you have Akshar Patel. Kuldeep, the way he is being bowling, I think he's your first choice spinner.
Luckily.
Roy SP saying you were quoting the wrong match.
Achha.
173 was the first ODI. That game they got 271 on a hell of a tricky pitch.
Very good.
Okay. Love Karan Toor from the US of A saying, what were we trying to do with Mukesh and Unadkat in the last couple of series? Mukesh played all three formats.
No, because they'd given rest to Shami and Siraj.
Yeah.
Siraj definitely needed it because he was almost he had a minor niggle.
So then you could have played Arshdeep. Wasn't he ahead?
Yeah, but for some reason,
especially in white ball.
Yeah, even I agree. But for some reason, he pushed back. Is not even in the scheme of things for ODI. They've kept him just as a T20 specialist. That's it. Not a white ball specialist, T20 specialist.
And where's Shivam Mavi?
Yeah, he was part of the squad. You're right.
He just dropped out of nowhere. Had a few good T20Is and then
came out of nowhere.
And then went also nowhere.
Nobody knows.
Okay, chalo last two one नीचे जल्दी चलो. Roy SP saying for your memory आप ही ने tweet किया था. Good Shreyas है ये. चलो next one.
That doesn't mean I'm just saying that when you look at a World Cup and you look at players who batting at number 4. So in comparison, if Iyer can win 3 games in a World Cup, India would be very happy.
Against
3 games.
Any 3.
Netherlands.
Sri Lanka included. No, those are for KL to win.
What if he
Huh?
brings you the
New Zealand,
Australia game
he'll-
only first match?
No, he plays spin the best actually.
Yep.
But at times that also leads to his downfall also. Spinner, because he's so confident against the spinners. There are times when he tries.
Doha say.
Huh?
Yeah, we get Anubhav Chaudhary saying agree with Vikrant sir. 4, 5, 6 will win you the World Cup.
Yep.
But he said 4, 5, 6 will have to do well for you to win the World Cup. But Anubhav is saying that they will win the World Cup. He's convinced. So
Absolutely. So KL,
Evelyn
come on.
George. What's the last name? I can't see with the.
Because of the balloons.
Evelyn George. I can't see your last name, but we will get to the
that's
balloon.
his.
Is not. Should India have a fixed squad for 20 players for each 2 and 4 year cycle? ODI, Test, T20. This will allow players to perform and bond.
But we have 39 na?
More.
Nietzsche.
We can have 3 teams.
Yep.
More.
Okay, at this point, selection is fine. Your biggest issue is that playing 11 hasn't played 10 games together in a very long time. Good point.
That's been the issue forever.
But they said that you have enough.
That's
I
Raj.
think Mr. Gavaskar also said today, look at these next 9 games and play together. Abid Nisar is saying statements like anyone can walk into the World Cup team. Isn't this added pressure on
Asia Cup team.
Yeah, because Rohit said it. But
The door is not closed for the likes
because you
of.
asked about Sanju and he said, we're still looking. But that's pretty much, him saying something. You also know that there's going
It's
to be
fixed.
not many changes. Last one. Karthik K. Not
Confident.
that Jaddu Akshar wicket taking ability in middle over. That Jaddu and Akshar will get it.
They can be containing bowlers also, but wicket taking.
No, they can go for runs also. Not
Okay.
just.
Especially Aksar.
Those super chats are done. My final question is without sending a super chat, as Mr. Gavaskar says, now the team has decided focus on what is the task at hand. So I'm not going to ask about World Cup. Asia Cup prediction. The team is picked. Now you know who's injured, who has a niggle, who's going to play, who's not going to play, who's passed the fitness test, who's coming back as your fast bowler, everything.
We don't know yet if Rahul will play the first game.
No, but you know he's a niggle.
He won't.
He's going there with a niggle. That much you know.
No,
So
but
you can-
what is the niggle? It
I
depends.
know.
No, what if he can't? There's a niggle
So
in his
take
eye.
it in the thing that he cannot play. Now tell me what is.
India has got a very good side for the Asia Cup.
Ah.
In this format, the 50-50.
So what is your prediction for that? Finalists
India might just win the Asia Cup.
win the Asia Cup.
Yes, they'll win the Asia Cup.
Wow. They should win the Asia Cup.
Final.
Final.
Might, will, should.
Final.
He's saying
Won't.
lose in the
Won't.
Won't. Won't. You?
Last time I had
Can.
no, last time I had predicted India Pakistan final, Asia Cup, third time.
That didn't
And
happen.
Sri Lanka, Pakistan played and Sri Lanka won. And now you're playing in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka cricket. And the wicket will be different.
चलो भाई show है.
Although Sri Lanka and ODIs.
I'll go with India playing the final. I don't know whether they'll win or not.
That's what I said. Yeah.
But final.
They should win.
Might win.
They,
Acha, Mr. Shekhar is saying you have said you have booked 6 chartered flight for Asia Cup.
अरे यार, I never said
So
I
he
booked
said
a flight.
if you
I said I just said we might go to Pakistan, and then he said कि charter flight खरीद लेते हैं. That day he was scouting for charter flights on
To Pakistan.
No, to buy a flight.
Oh.
You can buy your own aircraft.
Oh my goodness.
You can actually you can.
For the cost of maybe 2 cars.
Oh.
Even for a 50 lakh rupees, you get a 4, 5, 6 seater.
4-seater. You
Oh,
can.
it must be made in 1930.
No, no,
it's
yaar,
not that
ऐसे
old.
Modern Cessna.
No, the
hoga.
only problem is
Single engine.
the parking money that you'll have to shell
Oh,
out to different
obviously.
airports.
Yes.
Seriously.
No, if I have to go, why will I take the aircraft? I'll cross the Wagah border and go.
No, aircraft,
Hey,
yaar.
why are you just limiting your
Because I
journeys
like that.
to Pakistan?
No. Acha, you're
You will
saying
travel everywhere
Bahamas.
and every day. Every day. And from
Every
countries-
day, any day.
You can go to Pune, you can go to Pahad.
Again, you are limiting. I'm saying Bahamas. And
No, I am
नहीं,
saying you
Bahamas
can
तो
travel
बिल्कुल
anywhere. You know, today, for example,
अब भाई मेरा शो है, जल्दी कर लो जो
after
भी.
work, you can directly go to, say, to your Pahad wala home.
Okay. So basically, his question was, why can't you accommodate other people also? If you're booking a aircraft,
हाँ.
you can accommodate
So
everyone.
anybody and everybody who gets a visa will be on the flight.
So no one then.
No one. No.
No, but first you'll have to apply.
मुझे भी तो मिले.
How do you? No, you too will get
Yeah.
the visa. No, I thought.
Yeah, I thought you were invited
You've
by
already
the High
spoken to
Commission.
the
High
powers.
Commission.
Huh? They're a good friend.
State guest.
I'm yet to get the email.
You are a state guest. तार के नीचे से you can
कार के
also
नीचे से ठां ठां
चलो यार, जल्दी करो,
निगल
जाना
होंगे
भाई.
दोनों.
Okay, bye
एक
bye,
पैर में
see you.
निगल होगा, दूसरे पैर में इंजन.
Take care. Bye. तार के नीचे से no.